Hello student, welcome to iPlus Education. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss one of the special functions, that is gamma function. Let us see here mathematical definition of gamma function. The improper integral 0 to infinite e power of minus x power of n minus 1 dx is called gamma function of n. It is denoted as gamma of n equal to 0 to infinite e power of minus x power of n minus 1 dx. This is the mathematical definition of gamma function. Here this variable x can be changed by any other variable as y or t. Similarly, this gamma of n can also be written as integration 0 to infinite e power of minus y. Here y is there, so take y power of n minus 1 dy. In other variable t, we can also take it 0 to infinite e power of minus t power of n minus 1 dt. These are the various definition of gamma function with variables x, y and t. Now let us prove it. The gamma of one value is 1. Let us see the solution of this question. We know that gamma of n defines from 0 to infinite e power of minus x into, here x variable is there, so take x power of n minus 1 dx. We have to find gamma of 1, means the value of n is 1. Let us find gamma of 1. In place of n we have 1, so we have 0 to infinite e power of minus x. In place of n write down 1, so x power of 1 minus 1 dx, that equal to 0 to infinite e power of minus x. 1 minus 1 0, x power 0 is 1, so we have integration e power of minus x dx. We know that integration of e power of minus ax dx value is e power of minus ax upon coefficient of x, that is minus a. So let us apply this formula here. We have e power of minus x upon coefficient of x is minus 1, limit says 0 to infinite. Now take this minus outside, substitute the upper limit, e power of minus infinite, upper limit minus lower limit, e power of minus 0. We already know that e power of minus infinite value is 0 and e power of infinite value is infinite only. So e power of minus infinite value is always 0. Remember this. Now minus 1 into e power of minus infinite value we have 0. E power of minus 0 value is 1. So 0 minus 1 is minus 1. Minus 1 into minus 1 we have 1. Finally we have proved. Therefore we can say that gamma of 1 value is 1. Remember this as a formula. Gamma of 1 is always 1. Now let us see the reduction or recurrence formula of gamma function. We have to prove this, gamma of n plus 1 is equals to n of gamma n. Now let us prove this function. Let us use the definition of gamma function. We have gamma of n is defined as integral 0 to infinite e power of minus x into, here we have x, so take x power of n, so n minus 1 dx. Let us take this as equation 1. Here we have n plus 1, so substitute n as n plus 1. So here we have n plus 1, gamma of n plus 1 is equals to integral 0 to infinite e power of minus x as it is into x power of, in place of n we have n plus 1 minus 1 dx, that is equals to integral 0 to infinite, these two will get cancelled, we have x power of n. So write down x power of n first, next e power of minus x dx. We have integral first function, second function, dx. So we can use integration by parts. Using integration by parts. Let us recall what is integration by parts. If we have two functions u into v dx, then we will leave the first function u, integrate v function, put the minus sign, again take integral, next derivative d by dx of this complete term, u integration v dx whole dx. Let us apply this concept here. We have this function as u, this function of v. Here we write down these two functions according to ILAT. That is, first we will take inverse function, next logarithmic, algebraic, trigonometric and exponential. Exponential will be the last function. So that's why we have written e power of minus x at last. Now let us apply the integration by parts. Leaving first function x power of n, integrating second function e power of minus x dx whole 0 to infinite minus integration d by dx of this complete term x power of n integration e power of minus x dx. Here the limit for integration is 0 to infinite whole dx. This is the value of gamma of n plus 1. Now that is equals to x power of n. Integration of e power of minus x value is e power of minus x by minus 1. 0 to infinite. Here we have minus integral 0 to infinite. D by dx of x power of n value is n into x power of n minus 1. Integration of e power of minus x value is e power of minus x by minus 1 whole dx. Now if we substitute this upper limit infinite in place of x here, it will become e power of minus infinite. So value is 0. So upper limit value is 0 minus lower limit. Lower limit is 0. Substitute 0 here. 0 power of n is 0. 0 into something is 0. So we have 0 for upper limit and 0 for lower limit. Now for this term we have minus into minus, we have plus. N is taken outside the limit because it is independent of integral. Next we have 0 to infinite x power of n minus 1 into e power of minus x dx. Now this will become n integral 0 to infinite e power of minus x into x power of n minus 1 dx. So we have n into this complete term, integral 0 to infinite e power of minus x into x power of n minus 1 dx value is gamma of n from equation 1. So this can be replaced by gamma of n. Hence we have proved gamma of n plus 1 value is n into gamma of n. Here we have n plus 1. So reduce the value by 1. Here we have n. If we have gamma of n, then we have to reduce this value by 1. It will become n minus 1 gamma of n minus 1. If I have gamma of 3, then we should take 2 gamma of 2. This is the formula for recurrence or reduction formula for gamma function. You have to remember this formula. This is very important while solving problems. Now let us prove this formula. Gamma of n plus 1 is n factorial. Since gamma of n plus 1 value we have n into gamma of n. We know this formula by reduction of gamma function. Now let us substitute n as n minus 1. So we have gamma of n minus 1 plus 1 is equals to n minus 1 gamma of n minus 1. So this will become gamma So here we have gamma of n is equals to n minus 1 into gamma of n minus 1. Let us take this as equation 2. Again substitute n as n minus 1. We have gamma of n minus 1 is equals to, in place of n we have n minus 1, so we have n minus 2 into gamma of n minus 2. Let us take this equation 3. Here we have gamma of n minus 1. From this gamma of n minus value is this, so substitute this value here. Substitute equation 3 in equation 2. We have gamma of n as n minus 1 into gamma of n minus 1, so we have into n minus 2 gamma of n minus 2. Similarly, this gamma will reduce up to the value inside this bracket will become 1. So this gamma of n will become n minus 1 into n minus 2. This gamma function will reduce n minus 3 and so on up to 3 to gamma of 1. Since we know that gamma of 1 value is 1, so this function will become n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 up to so on 3, 2, 1. Gamma of 1 value is 1. Here we will have 1 into gamma of 1, so 1 into 1. Now this 1 into 2 into 3 into up to n minus 1 will represent n minus 1 factorial. This is the value of gamma of n. Substitute n as n plus 1. So we have n plus 1 is equals to n factorial. This is very important result while solving problems. Gamma of n plus 1 is n factorial. We have to take a value less by 1. For example, if we have gamma of 3, so take 2 factorial. Gamma of 5, take 4 factorial. This is the advantage of using this formula. Since factorial, solving a factorial very easy. Till now what we have learned, the definition of gamma function, that is gamma of n is integral 0 to infinite e power of minus x into x power of n minus 1 dx. Definition of gamma function. Next we have reduction of gamma function, that is gamma of n plus 1 can be written as n into gamma of n. This formula can also be written as gamma of n as n minus 1 into gamma of n minus 1. From this formula we can write down gamma of n as gamma of n can be written as gamma of n plus 1 divided by n. This is also one of the important relation, gamma of n equal to gamma of n plus 1 by n. One more thing what we have learned is gamma of n plus 1 is n factorial. Here we have one value less, factorial. Evaluate the integral 0 to infinite e power of minus x square dx. This is one of the important integral. Let us solve this. Let I is equals to integral 0 to infinite e power of minus x square dx. This integral is defined for variable x. So this value is defined for x equal to 0 to infinite e power of minus x square dx. We can change the variable a change of variable is performed, this same integral I can also be expressed in terms of y. So y equal to 0 to infinite e power of minus y square dy. This same integral can be expressed in terms of y. Let us take this as equation 1 and equation 2. Now multiply these two integrals, equation 1 into equation 2. So we have I into I is equals to integration x equal to 0 to infinite integral y equal to 0 to infinite. Here we have e power of minus x square into e power of minus y square. Now into dx into dy. Dx dy. Here bases are same, power should be added. This will become integral x equal to 0 to infinite y equal to 0 to infinite e power of, take minus common, we have x square plus y square into dx dy. Here x varies from 0 to infinite, y varies from 0 to infinite, means the region of integration is first quadrant. Region of integration is first quadrant. This integral can be easily solved by converting into polar coordinates. Converting into polar coordinates. Here we substitute x as r cos theta, y as r sin theta, such that x square plus y square value is r square and theta equal to tan inverse y by x. Also dx into dy value is r dr d theta. Here r varies from 0 to infinite and theta varies from 0 degree to pi by 2 in first quadrant. Since we have to integrate this in first quadrant, here r varies from 0 to infinite, theta varies from 0 degree to pi by 2. This integral will become I into I, we have I square integration theta equal to 0 degree to pi by 2 integration r equal to 0 to infinite. Here we have e power of minus x square plus y square. X square plus y square is r square. Dx dy value is r dr d theta. Now here the power of exponential is e power of r square. So substitute this value. Just to solve this integral, we will take this value. Let r square be some dummy variable p. Differentiate this with respect to p. Here we have 2r dr is equals to dp. Now change of limits. The new limits will be limits when r value is 0, then this p value, r value is 0, 0 square is 0, so p value is 0. When r value is infinite, substitute infinite. Here we have infinite square, so infinite square is infinite, so p is infinite. From this, r dr is equals to dp divided by 2. So this term r dr will be replaced by dp by 2. Hence this integral I square as 0 to pi by 2 for theta equal to 0 degree to pi by 2. Now this integral will change to p equal to 0 to infinite e power of minus r square is p r dr value is dp by 2 d theta. Now 1 by 2 is independent of this integral. Take outside the integral 1 by 2 integration theta equal to 0 to pi by 2. Now we have integration p equal to 0 to infinite e power of minus p dp d theta, that is equals to 1 by 2 integration theta equal to 0 degree to pi by 2. Integration of e power of minus p, we have e power of minus p upon minus 1. Limits for p is 0 to infinite d theta. Now take this minus outside, we have minus 1 by 2 integral theta equal to 0 degree to pi by 2. Substitute upper limit e power of minus infinite minus lower limit e power of minus 0 d theta. Now this value e power of infinite value is 0. We know this e power of minus infinite value is 0 and e power of minus 0 value is 1. So we have 0 minus 1 minus 1 into this minus, we have plus 1. So we have 1 by 2 integral theta equal to 0 degree to pi by 2 d theta. Now we have integral derivative, so these two will get cancelled. We have 1 by 2 theta 0 to pi by 2. So we have 1 by 2 into pi by 2 minus 0. Hence we have I square is equals to 1 by 2 into pi by 2, we have pi by 4. Hence the value of I will be root pi divided by 2. Therefore the value of this integral 0 to infinite e power of minus x square dx value is root pi divided by 2. Remember this integral as a formula. Root pi by 2 is the solution for this integral. Now let us prove gamma of 1 by 2 values root pi. This is very important relation. Now let us see the proof of this. We know that gamma of n is integral 0 to infinite e power of minus x into x power of n minus 1 dx. Here we have x power of n. Let us suppose this x power of n as new dummy variable y. Now differentiate this, differentiate with respect to y, then x power of n derivative will be n into x power of n minus 1 dx equal to dy. Now here we have x power of n minus 1 dx. So x power of n minus 1 dx value is dy by n. Hence we can replace this complete term. X power of n minus 1 dx value is dy by n. Here we have x, so we want the value of x. So that implies x value will be y power of 1 by n. This n will become 1 by n. Now we want new limits. New limits for y. Here the limits for x is 0. When lower limit of x is 0, then y will become, substitute 0 here, 0 power of n is 0, so y value is 0. Upper limit for x is infinite. When x is infinite, then y will be, substitute this x equal to infinite here, infinite power n is infinite only, so y value is infinite. Hence this integral gamma of n will become, gamma of n is equals to integration y equal to 0 to infinite. This limit is for y. Here we have e power of minus x. X value is y power of 1 by n into x power of n minus 1 dx value. X power of n minus dx value is dy by n. Now this complete integral is changed in terms of y. Now n is independent of this integral, so take outside the integral 1 by n integration 0 to infinite e power of minus y power of 1 by n dy. This is the value of gamma of n. Here we want gamma of 1 by 2. So in place of n we have 1 by 2. Substitute n equal to 1 by 2. Substitute n equal to 1 by 2 here. We have gamma of 1 by 2 is equals to, here we have n value is 1 by 2. So 1 by n value is 2. So 1 by n value is 2. Integral 0 to infinite e power of minus y. 1 by n value is 2 only. So this will become y square dy. We know that integral 0 to infinite e power of minus x square dx value we have root pi divided by 2. So the integral 0 to infinite e power of minus pi square dy value is also root pi divided by 2. This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. We have root pi. Hence we got gamma of 1 by 2 is root pi. Now let us solve gamma of n by 2. We know that gamma of n is n minus 1 into gamma of n minus 1. We know this relation, gamma of n is n minus 1 into gamma of n minus 1. So gamma of 9 by 2 is equals to 9 by 2 minus 1 into gamma of 9 by 2 minus 1. 2 ones are 2. 9 minus 2 we have 7. So 7 by 2 into gamma of 7 by 2. That equal to 7 by 2 into, again apply this formula, gamma of n. This is n, so n minus 1. 7 by 2 minus 1. Gamma of 7 by 2 minus 1. That is equals to 7 by 2. 7 minus 2 we have 5. 5 by 2 into gamma of 5 by 2. That is equals to 7 by 2 into 5 by 2 into gamma of n. N minus 1 into gamma of n minus 1. So we have 5 by 2 minus 1. Gamma of 5 by 2 minus 1. That is equals to 7 by 2 into 5 by 2 into 5 minus 2 we have 3. So we have 3 by 2 into gamma of 3 by 2. That is equals to, we have 3 by 2, 7 by 2 into 5 by 2, 3 by 2. Again gamma of n. 3 by 2 minus 1. Gamma of 3 by 2 minus 1. Three by 2 minus 1 we have 1 by 2 into gamma of 1 by 2. Now we have 7 5 is 35. 35 into 3 is 105 divided by 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16. Gamma of 1 by 2 value is root pi. So we have 105 root pi divided by 16 is the value of gamma of 9 divided by 2. Whenever we have 2 in denominator, this gamma function will terminate to gamma of 1 by 2. One more thing, in only one step we can write down this gamma of 9 by 2 as, we can write down gamma of 9 by 2 as 9 minus 2 we have 7 by 2. 7 minus 2 we have 5 by 2. 5 minus 2 we have 3 by 2. 3 by 2, 3 minus 2 we have 1 by 2, gamma of 1 by 2. So this is the strategy. In this way we can find out the gamma of this function in single step. Now let us solve this second question. We have gamma of minus 7 by 2. If I substitute this minus 7 by 2 in this formula, we have minus 7 by 2 plus, we have minus 1 into gamma of minus 7 by 2 minus 1. So this will become minus 9 by 2, gamma of minus 9 by 2. Gamma of negative number is not defined, so this formula is not valid here. We know that gamma of n plus 1 value is n gamma of n by a reduction formula. From this, get the value of gamma of n. Gamma of n value is gamma of n plus 1 divided by n. This formula is suitable for solving negative values of gamma. So let us solve this. Substitute n value as minus 7 by 2. So gamma of 7 by 2 will be gamma of n plus 1. So we have minus 7 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 7 by 2. So this will become minus 2 by 7 into gamma of 2 ones are 2. Minus 7 plus 2 we have 5. Minus 5 divided by 2. That is equals to minus 2 divided by 7. Again gamma of n. Gamma of n is n plus 1 by n. So we have gamma of minus 5 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 5 by 2. Then we have minus 2 by 7 into this value minus 2 by 5 into gamma of 2 ones are 2. Minus 5 plus 2 we have minus 3. Minus 3 by 2. That is equals to minus into minus plus. So we have 2 by 7 into 2 by 5 into gamma of n. Gamma of n plus 1 divided by n. So let me write down here 2 by 7 into 2 by 5 into minus 3 by 2 will become minus 2 by 3. Gamma of 2 ones are 2. So minus 3 plus 2 we have minus 1 by 2. 2 by 7, 2 by 5, minus 2 by 3, gamma of n. Gamma of n plus 1 divided by n. 1 by 2. So we have 2 by 7 into 2 by 5 into minus 2 by 3. This minus 1 by 2. We have minus 1 by 2. This will become minus 2 by 1 into gamma of 1 minus 1 by 2. We have 1 by 2 only. So we have 2 into 2 is 4. 4 2 is 8. 8 2 is 16. Divided by 7 5 is 35. 35 into 3. So we have 105. Gamma of 1 by 2 value is root pi. This is the answer for gamma of minus 7 by 2. For negative numbers, we use this formula. For positive numbers, we use this formula. And also one more thing, if in denominator we have 2, then this gamma will reduce to gamma of 1 by 2 at last.